Hello and welcome back to Dump Slate, a 4-minute and 20-second podcast where I garden and talk about movies. Today we are discussing The Cooler, directed by Kramer, starring William H. Macy, Maria Bello, and Alec Baldwin. The Cooler follows Bernie, played by William H. Macy, a cooler for a casino on his last week of a 6-year stint to pay off his gambling debt to his boss, Shelley, played by Baldwin. But when he meets and starts a relationship with Natalie, played by Maria Bello, his luck begins to shift. For those of you who don't know what a cooler is, it's essentially someone who has terrible luck and can actually rub off on other people. So when someone is running hot at blackjack or craps, Bernie is ordered to that table and, well, everyone loses. It's pretty hilarious. I think this might be my second or third favorite films of the season so far. You know, when looking up Kramer, which I'm sure none of you did when I said his name in the intro, this dude has only done flops following this film. He actually has the most interesting filmography I've ever seen. The first one listed being a film that he technically didn't even finish, which means every director should have about a dozen films added to their list. And I'm not kidding. His last film he did was called Pawn Shop Chronicles, an anthology following 3 pawn shop owners, starring a crazy cast including Brendan Fraser, Elijah Wood, Paul Walker, and more, which did a whopping $10,000 in a limited box office release. It's free to watch on Tubi, but I only lasted about 5 minutes before having to change it. Maybe another time. As far as The Cooler, the first 10 to 15 minutes is almost funny and very on the nose, borderline campy, and then when Alec Baldwin comes in, the full cheese hits. He talks like he's a New York Italian mob boss from the 50s, which made me even more surprised when I found out, researching this film, he got nominated for Best Supporting Actor at the 2004 Oscars. From the great concept to the music driving the film, with the first act really being very jazz noir, something you might hear from Chinatown, and of course, when the love interest comes around and Bernie starts getting confidence and love in his life, the music and tempo of the film change as a whole. The costume design was also super creative. In the beginning, you see William H. Macy looking like he's performing in the Talking Heads, but throughout the film, with his confidence coming back, his suits got a little slimmer and better until he went full on Ryan Serhant at the end. The ending is also very worthwhile and fun to watch, really closing the page on each character in a great way. I think this film is one that could have gotten caught up in itself, forcing a 2-hour runtime, but was actually very efficient in my opinion. On the first watch, it was actually something that could probably just slip your mind or go unnoticed due to the concept kind of being niche in a way, and sometimes some cheesy dialogue and acting, mainly from Baldwin. But once you watch it again, I think the feel and vibe of the film really grows on you, and it's something that gives aspects of a noir feel, thriller tension, hopeless romance, and just Vegas fun. On to the other important stuff. My rating, 4.5. On the second watch, I really think this is almost a perfect film. As I mentioned, from concept, execution, and just overall feel. The average rating, 3.4. Pretty fair, I guess. Now, for my favorite Letterboxd review, it's actually not funny this time. It's just a great overall concept of the film, which was great for the time, lost its charm over the years, corny dialogue, but I still like the style. As when you should light up, this is a film you maybe want to wait 11 and a half minutes in to see if you dig it, but I promise you will. At this point, you'll hear all the cheese of Alec Baldwin trying to be a Vegas mobster, berate a sex worker, and just get the overall vibe. Definitely relight about an hour in for the last act and final sequence. How Vegas is this film? While being mainly filmed in Reno, it gives the feel of Vegas. I think you get lost in the characters so much. The fact that they're always in a casino, it's hard not to get the feeling that you are in Vegas. Thank you so much for listening. Join us next time whenever it comes out at 4:20, where we cover Showgirls by Paul Verhoeven and Cut. We're literally smoking and talking about movies.